Hello, my name is Amy and I'm a physiotherapist here in Max Physio in Clonakilty. We have a beautiful studio and clinic overlooking Clonakilty Bay, so every time I'm at work looking out the window I'm keeping an eye on tides and swell and wind and plotting my next trip out. I wanted to talk to you today about injury prevention in paddling. I started paddling when I was 12 and I'm still paddling over 30 years later, so I know how important it is, and especially as girls and women, that for every stage through our life that we're able to keep our body in tip-top shape so that we can get a whole lifetime of paddling. So I want to go through all the different joints in the body that can be affected by paddling, and I want to give you a few little exercises for each one and a few little tips that will help you on the water and also help you to become a better, stronger paddler. So I suppose the first thing that I want to talk to you about is performance. It's very, very common with teenage girls and teenage boys between the ages of 12 and 18 that when you are going through your learning your skills, or when you are doing your speed or your performance, or even just going out playing with your friends on the water, that you can go through phases of being very good, and then you can go through phases where you might lose your role, or you might feel that, oh my goodness, I'm never going to learn this, or I'm after getting slow and somebody else is passing me out. This is really, really common in sport in teenagers. And one of the reasons is that we all grow in different ways and at different times and at different speeds. So when our bodies grow, our bones grow. So when our bones grow, our muscles don't grow alongside the bones. Our muscles get stretched along the bones. So when the muscle is stretched, then it will grow to catch up with the bones. So for that stage, while you're having your growth spurt, the body is so busy trying to deal with everything that's happening, it can't put all the energy or power into your paddling. So if you do go through a phase where you feel, you know what, I'm not as good as what I was, stick with it, hold tight, it'll all come back. It's part of the normal teenage phases in all sport. Okay? Now, the first thing I want to talk to you about is breathing, and this is really important and something that we don't take for granted, or that we don't think about. So what I want you to do is put your hands where you feel your ribs end. Okay, so your lungs are inside your ribs, so put your hands down your ribs and feel where the ribs end. That's how big your lungs are. Okay, they go all the way down to, well, nearly my belly button and up to my shoulders. My lungs have a really good blood supply down at the bottom. They don't have such a good blood supply up the top. So it makes sense that if I'm doing big deep breaths into my tummy, my blood is oxygenated way faster, but also I don't have to breathe as much because I'm filling my lungs more. When we get tired, what can happen is we can start breathing into the top of our lungs instead. If we start breathing into the top of our lungs, our body has to breathe an awful lot more, and that uses an awful lot more battery power than if we are breathing into our belly button. The other thing we know is that with paddling, we really need to use our upper limbs and our arms for paddling, but if we start breathing up into our shoulders come up and the muscles have to paddle and also help us breathe, so we can get neck pain or shoulder pain. So let's look at our breathing. You can practice this on the water, or you can practice this when you're at your desk doing your homework. Put your hands around your ribs, and I want you to breathe in through your nose to the front, back and sides of your ribs, and blow it out. And feel that really big deep breath. So big deep breath in all the way in towards your belly button, and blow it out. So when you're on the water, I want you to focus on your big deep breaths in and breathe out. Big deep breaths in and out. Very good. Very simple, very effective. If you are paddling and you feel yourself getting tired and coming forward, get back to the breathing. Second thing I want to talk to you about was our tummy muscles. So our tummy muscles, we have 4 layers of them. We have a very deep muscle on the inside, and this acts like cling film to keep our spine really, really straight and tall. We've got 2 other layers called our obliques, and these are our power muscles, and these are the muscles that get us paddling, and these are the muscles that we use for our high braces, or these are the muscles that we use for our roll. So the second two layers of muscles are called our obliques. Then we have the muscle on top, which is the six-pack muscle. So this is the muscle that we use, I suppose, to do our boof, some of us, or it's also the muscles that the play boaters would use to really help to move the boat. So I'm going to go through exercises for these so that you could be strengthening them when you're sitting at home, or when you're doing your homeschooling, or when you're sitting on the bus. So to work on the first muscle, the very deep muscle, this is very important for our posture, and this is very important for our spine health. So I want you to breathe in. And as you breathe out, I want you to draw your belly button all the way up towards your ribs. So bring it up towards your ribs, bring it up, bring it up, bring it up. When you think your belly button is up, pull the belly button up a little bit more, pull it up, pull it up, pull it up. Hold it there as you keep breathing. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and relax. And what you'll feel is like a cling film go all the way around your spine. Let's go again. Breathe in. As you breathe out, bring your belly button up towards your ribs, pull it up, pull it, kind of like a period cramp now too. Pull it up, pull it up, pull it up, pull it up. Hold it there, keep breathing. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and relax. Good, one more time, breathe in. As you breathe out, bring your belly button up towards your spine. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, keep breathing. Keep the belly button drawn up, keep it up, and relax. Excellent. Obliques. Put your hands beside, under your ribs and above your hips. So our obliques are our power muscles, and these are our really big rotation muscles. So these are the muscles that we really want to work. So put your hands beside your two hips, or above your hips and below your ribs. Breathe in for me. Now as you breathe out, try and pull your tummy away from your ribs. No, away from your hands. So pull the side bits of your tummy away from your hands. Hold it there, keep breathing, and relax. This is a really hard one. Let's go again. So let the whole side bits of your tummy fall out over your waistband, okay? And then breathe in, and as you breathe out, pull the bit above your waistband away from your hands. Pull it in, there you go. Hold it there. You must keep breathing. Remember the breathing, the importance of it. 1, 2, 3, and relax. Great. There are obliques. Our six-pack muscle I'm going to do in the next class, because as ladies we don't really need it as much as the inner ones. The next thing I want to talk to you about is our hips. So our hips can get very, very tight and sore, and they can get very tight and sore because of our position in the kayak, but also because of if we're doing an awful lot of rolling to one side, if we always use the same side to roll between the bracing and the hip flicking, okay, or if we're practicing an awful lot of skills on one side, or if the fit of the boat isn't right, it can make the inside of our hips really, really tight and really, really sore. So one of the things that you can feel from it is you can get pins and needles in your legs, or when you come out of the boat you can feel it takes you a little while to straighten up. But you can also get pain into these hip muscles here in front. So a few small little exercises just to try and loosen up the hips. The first one is very simple. It's called rock the baby. Okay, so my right hand goes around my left heel. My left arm wraps around my knee, and I just very gently rock my hip from side to side. So you can take it as close to you as you want, and you can take it nice and far sideways. So only go into tightness, never go into pain, but this is a lovely one just to try and help to loosen you up. But in the next video we'll do an awful lot more for the hips. Okay, so that's why you need your roll on both sides, so that you don't have one hip stronger than the other. So if I'm doing a lot of rolling on one side, I can't walk the next day. Good, and relax. Let's do the other leg. Left hand, right heel. Right arm wrapped around left knee. Hug it towards you and rock that baby. Good. And you really feel it deep into the socket, and you're going to feel it underneath the back of your bum as well. Okay, super. Okay, the next nice one, very simple. Put your left foot outside your right knee. Pull the knee towards you as close as you can. Then breathe in, and as you breathe out, take the left hand behind you. Breathe in, and as you breathe out, look over your left shoulder and pull the knee towards you as you look over the shoulder. And back. Good. Let's change sides. Right heel outside the left knee. Pull the leg towards you as far as you can. Wrap the arm around it so that you get more of a stretch. Put the hands behind you. And push the knee away, breathe in, and as you breathe out, well done, squeeze the knee, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and relax. Excellent. Okay, shoulders. Shoulders, our arms, are attached to the body by muscles, and the reason is so that we get so much movement. It's not like other joints where the bone will sit in the socket. So because of that, it's very important that you mind your shoulders, but it's also very important that you are very aware of your shoulders. Okay, so one of the first things that's really important is your posture. So a very simple trick is that when you're in the water, when you're in the boat, all I want you to think about is my chest open? So just open up your chest. An awful lot of people say shoulders back, head up, but that's too hard sometimes to remember. So just open up your chest and lengthen up, and that's often enough. Now, with the shoulders, the deep muscles in our shoulders are really important to keep strong. So if you can get an elastic, everybody should have one of these for your shoulders. And a very simple exercise, you can do it when you're watching your homeschooling. Hands in front of you. Okay, 2 elbows by your side as though you're holding 2 50-euro notes. Pulling the hands apart, hold it there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and in. And again, pulling the fingers out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and in. And you should feel it back behind your shoulder blades. You shouldn't feel your shoulders coming up and out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and in. And last time, out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and in. Next one is what we call goalposts. My elbows by my side. I'm putting stretch on the elastic, and I'm coming up, keeping the stretch, and down, and up. And again, you can do this when you're in front of your computer doing homeschooling. Good. And down, and up, and down. And last time, up and down. Fantastic. Okay. The last thing I want to talk to you about is bone health. So it's what we know now is that the more active you are in your teenage years, that what that does is it makes a template for your bone health for the future. So even though you are doing your training on the water, if you can, always do make sure that you incorporate a little bit of jogging or a little bit of running or a little bit of step-ups into your training program so that you get lots of weight bearing through the legs and through the hips. Okay? Thank you for joining me, girls. Hopefully I'll see you again for the following video where we'll do a 20-minute exercise session where we can work these muscles that we have spoken about. Remember, if you have a niggle, it's always very important that you get it sorted early on. Don't leave it fester, okay? So if you have a niggle, tell someone. Chances are there's nice, easy remedies to help, okay? So looking forward to seeing some of you on the water at some point. Bye bye from Clonakilty.